Hi, I'm Steven the Pet Man, bringing you the truth in pet food. Today I have the Eukanuba naturally wild formulation. Now the naturally wild formulation also comes in turkey and venison. So just be aware when I'm doing this review on salmon, everything's going to apply to the other naturally wild formulas that they have. The only difference is they are substituting out the meat part of the ingredients. So let's get started and talk about the first ingredient in this one, which is salmon. This is just typically clean flesh and meat, and overall that makes for a quality nutritional first item. So far I'm liking this product. The second ingredient we're going to brew is rice. Now all this is a byproduct of grain. It has calories, but I'm not necessarily fond of the nutritional value for dogs, especially being the second ingredient. Then we go to sorghum, which is a gluten-free, starchy grain, and it's more of a complex carbohydrate, so it's going to give your dog energy. It's okay for a third ingredient. The fourth ingredient is potato. Well, everybody knows what potatoes are. They're carb, they have a very high calorie content given the particular amount. So you get a lot of caloric intake for a small amount. The problem is it's of minimal value to dogs. And this is a fourth ingredient. So we really don't want to get into stuff that becomes a minimal value. Chicken meal is the next thing. Everyone knows when I talk about chicken meal. I'm not crazy about it because the governing organization for this pet food industry is the AAFCO. They don't really have a huge say, or they say, but chicken meal can mean a whole bunch of different things. There can be a whole lot of things added into chicken meal. In its best form, it's just chicken with all of the water taken out, and it can be 300% more protein than regular chicken. So it could be great stuff, or it could be not so great, and you have to depend on the manufacturer brand and whether you trust them. The next one we go to is barley in this. It's another carb, but it's minimal quality as far as use to the dog for nutritional, when we're talking about nutrition. Fish meal is after that, and fish meal, again, I have a huge problem with fish meal because it doesn't tell us what type of fish. It's not, salmon fish meal. It's not white fish meal. It's not described as to what is in that fish. So you could have 9, 10 different kinds of fish blended together, and it could be of much lower quality than a pure, say, salmon fish meal. So then we have chicken fat, which is the seventh ingredient. And chicken fat is just basically they've rendered the chicken, the fat rises up, they scoop the fat out, and they add a little bit. I guess it makes it a little bit more palatable to dogs. I don't have a problem. Chicken fat can actually add some decent nutritional value to the dog. Dried egg product comes after that. So we're getting further down the list, but as I've done reviews before, dried egg product, I don't love it. It's not saying whole eggs, which I would much prefer to see in an ingredient list. It could be a lot of different things, dried egg product. It's only supposed to be the egg itself, but there can be shells involved. It's not supposed to have non-egg in there, but again, whole eggs is my preference, not egg product. Beet pulp is also in this, just like in other Eukanuba lines. Beet pulp adds like a sugar to it. Maybe it makes it more palatable to dogs, but there's no real research as to how well dogs process beet pulp and whether we really want to add any form of sugar to their diet. This particular line also has something that's HMP, and it's hard to pronounce because it's long, but basically you should know that HMP is used in water treatment and it's also used in detergents. So you really have to determine, do you want something in your dog's food that is used in detergents and water treatment? Me, I'm not so sure about that. So this food is, I'm going to say acceptable for budget reasons. So if you want a low to moderate priced product, this food is one step above fast food, as I would say for, I've reviewed other brands that I just said no. This is acceptable, but again, it's based on your budget. And we're going to go ahead and open this up and take a look and see what this stuff looks like. So, hard, very hard kibble. It's probably processed with high heat. This product will not clean your dog's food. Just because it's hard doesn't mean that it's going to keep your dog's teeth cleaned. A lot of people don't realize that. They think hard, dry kibble is good for the teeth and gums, and it really does nothing for that. Product doesn't have much of a smell, a slight smell. So again, this is your basic kind of kibble formulation, moderate quality. Budget-minded person might choose this. And I'm Steven, the Pet Man, and I thank you for watching this review.